If you're a fan of amazing jewelry, then you'll be so glad you stuck around for more Explore Tulsa.
And what girl isn't, especially when it's custom made by a fine jeweler like Cady Carlson Dill.
Creating something that just never previously existed and then looking back at where I started and coming forward was very pleasing. Actually, I was taking an elective at Riverfield when I was in 8th grade. It was just a beading elective. I was like, oh, that sounds fun. And I kind of continued that through high school. I took a few weekend classes, learning how to solder, that sort of thing. Then in high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do for a career, and my mom pointed out that I could do jewelry. It never occurred to me that that is actually a career. So I found Savannah College of Art and Design, which is in Savannah, Georgia. And they have a 4-year jewelry program with an emphasis on business that really help you, of course, be able to sell your work. It's one, you need to be able to make it, but you need to also make a living. So I went there and I loved it. So I started off, I had saved up about $100 while I was in college, and it just sat there for several years while I was in school, and I planned to just keep adding to it until it was time to open my business. But that day came a lot sooner than I expected. So with $100, and a little bit of other money left over and still having my student ID, I bought my CAD program. And that was really all the overhead I need, that and internet. That is my mill. It's essentially a 5-axis, which means it can cut from many different angles and create the model that I had, I guess, designed in my head and then put through the computer. So I take the file from my design computer, I put it over here, and it'll cut away at the wax material. I think a lot of it is really getting those design skills. You need to be able to know the various emphasis on line weight and colors, not just to start off stringing things, which is very fun, and that's how I started, and there's some beautiful products out there. But it's that design on top of the skill. Like you need to know how to solder, to physically connect things. In all industries, there's an official way to do things, and soldering, setting stones, these are difficult, but it is the best way to ensure that your jewelry is going to stay together and last for generations. My very favorite piece is a piece I made for my mom. Of course, starting off, family and friends were very much my first customers, and I'm so thankful to them. But this piece I'm very pleased with. The yellow gold in it is actually traced from the lace in her wedding dress. So it's sentimental, on top of it just being I like to think, a very pretty ring. And it's fused with white gold and yellow gold together, which was like her very first wedding set, with a marquee diamond, which was also reminiscent of her first diamond. This piece started off as I was just kind of messing around with some scrap materials. I really enjoyed it. And I started fold forming, which I hadn't done since I was in school. And that essentially is you put a piece of metal in a vise and you just fold it and open it, and fold it and open it, and you repeat. So I made kind of a fall leaf. My customer's birthday is in the fall, so I made this for her and strung some little vintage pearls with it. I don't think it's ever really registered that I get to do what I want to do with my life and I can make a living with it. And I think a huge part of that is getting to be in Tulsa, because we have so many opportunities, so many just very happy people that want to help independent businesses succeed.